Son husbands, products of the single mother raised kid. That's basketball player kissing his mother. I have a mother. I don't kiss her like that. But the son husband is a direct effect of the removal of the masculine man who she could not maintain or chose to turn over his authority to sell you out for nickels and dimes. That community in particularly, 70% or better. He basically is gonna assume the duties of the father who was removed or poorly selected by her. And he's gonna give her all of that masculine energy up until a point. I won't say what else is going on. What she's gonna do, she's gonna keep him close as she would a husband. She's gonna guilt him into supporting her because she highly likely is never gonna get married ever again. But she's gonna guilt him into being that lifelong support as a husband would be. She's basically going to sabotage any connections that man will have at selecting his mate because she knows that is her means of support going forward.
That's not his girlfriend, but his thought mom, hugging him like they're high school sweethearts. The more shocking aspect of this is that she's attractive, yet defaults to treating her son like her husband. This is going to get way more common once the thirst trap models on social media become single moms. One lady commented, "I don't think anyone has an issue with your son picking you up, just that it appears you're straddling your son. You're also dressed pretty sexy for a high school football game. You're a very good-looking young mom with a son in high school. You look amazing and look like you work hard for your physique, but I doubt the same issues would present themselves if you dressed a little differently for a high school football game. To each their own." Another one noted, "The reason why you received so much negativity is because this is so uncomfortable to watch. It's not natural. If a father and daughter dynamic was this bizarre, people would be reporting the man." A man finally pointed out the obvious. For some mothers, when a man's not in the picture, the son is mistaken for one. That guy's future wife doesn't stand a chance. If being pegged as a mama's boy isn't enough to hinder his ability to have a healthier relationship with women, his mom will at least inadvertently sabotage his relationships. But before we go any further, let me share the comment of the day. Shout out to Kyle Lee, who said, "Nothing bugs a woman more than a man who can live happily without them. My ex hated how after we broke up, I never tried to kiss her feet or beg for her to stay. She'd say, 'You're supposed to fight for me. It's like you didn't care about me at all.' I simply told her, 'Why would I fight for someone who wants to leave? If you could bring yourself to walk out, that meant it was something you wanted to do.' She tries to get me to change every so often." Sheesh, I've had an experience just like that one, my friend. Thanks for sharing that story, Kyle. So please, don't forget to reach out to us by email to claim your $5. As usual, guys, I'll pick one comment from each video. It may be the funniest, the most liked, or one that touched me, so don't forget to leave a comment and you may be our next winner. Make sure to hit the like and subscribe buttons too, as it helps out a ton. Now, back to the video.
Embrace your masculinity.
There's no mother that thinks this is an appropriate outfit to wear next to your son. Again, what is he, 16, 17 years old? And you're just going to wear essentially a blue bra with a cute little tie and have your stomach out. This is inappropriate. There's no other way to say this. Your stomach out in a pair of jeans and essentially what amounts to a bra on the football field signals to me that this is a mother who needs a lot of attention for being sexual. And like I said, we all remember those stories from our high school of the moms that drank a little too much, the moms that were extremely flirtatious with high school boys. There were recently stories, there's so many stories constantly in the news of these sorts of mothers, the inappropriate things that they do with these boys that are going through puberty. Looking at her Instagram, as I said, she would not be a person that I would allow my son to sleep at her house. And so my verdict on the internet being divided is that yes, this mother seems to have a somewhat inappropriate relationship with her son. Now, again, I am giving you my opinion on this. I am not stating any facts. But I think if you have a scroll through her Instagram, you will likely come to the same conclusion that your son should not sleep at this woman's house.
The only differing opinion about this weird relationship the thought mother has with her son are the single moms who do the same. There's no debate after looking at the video that it could have easily been mistaken for a relationship. If you look at her IG page, it's full of her living up the thought IG lifestyle, with racy photos and pics of her at the club with her friends. She finally posts a pic of her with another man, and someone comments, "You ain't gotta post pictures of you messing around with other guys to prove you ain't getting your back blown out by your 15-year-old son." Another person commented, "The town bicycle." She's going to put this young man in a bad situation in public where he has to defend her honor or the lack of because someone's going to make a disrespectful comment. And if he backs down, it'll only get worse for him.
Sunday is Father's Day, but this is a highlight about mom, Wanda, and Kevin. They've been linked certainly throughout his NBA career, 2007 NBA draft when it all began. Like most mamas, she's right beside him at the table with a hug and a kiss. Second overall pick. 2012 NBA Finals.
Look at that threesome.
Wow. There she is in the tunnel after his squad lost to the Heat. And then he was named MVP in 2014.
And last, my mom. You made us believe. You kept us off the street, put clothes on our backs, food on the table. When you didn't eat, you made sure we ate. You went to sleep hungry. You sacrificed for us. You the real MVP.
And then back to Monday night, a man in full, in complete control. You visualize this in the Hamptons last summer. Fadeaway three later in the fourth. And as it was happening, emotions started to overcome not only mom, but even Kevin. The game's not over yet at this point. But they knew it was coming, and it did.
You hear me?
Yep.
No matter what nobody say, look at me. You did it.
Kevin.
I'm proud of you.
Mom, I'm almost 30. Don't be grabbing my chin hair saying, look at me. Finals MVP.
Talk about your mom and the influence she's had. I'll give you one final opportunity to maybe express some sentiments to her here.
We did it. I told you when I was 8 years old, we did it. Yeah.
Mother and son, Kevin Durant.
Kevin Durant's mom optimizes the single moms who have son husbands. She acts like she's the one who taught him to dunk, when the only credit she gets is spreading the legs for the right man, as Kevin won the genetic lottery. His father must have been drunk when getting with her because she looks like Pookie who stole middle schoolers' bikes to support his crack habit. Sure, she did keep him off the streets as they grew up poor, but that's the bare minimum as today's women want to get credit for doing what responsible parents should do. Maybe if she stayed with his father, Kevin would have had a better life growing up, because after all, two parents working a minimum wage job each would make enough money to be lower middle class, instead of Section 8 housing welfare poor. Her thirst for attention embarrassed him in front of the whole world, when it's supposed to be his spotlight and his time to shine. Grabbing his chin hair like he's a boy, cock-blocked him for the rest of his life. And the top commenters, not surprising women, celebrates this. I love the way he loves his mom. You think this is rare until American women see nothing wrong with this because they don't know any better. That's a beautiful woman there. If everyone's mom backed up their kids as much as Wanda does, this world would have some very confident kids. There's nothing beautiful about a mom stunting her son's growth, and these women calling her beautiful is a typical white lie most women do. If Durant's mom was actually beautiful, some man would stick around and she wouldn't be desperate to raise a son husband. Why is it you don't see Stephen Curry's mom getting credit for his success? Compared to the NBA, he's at 6'3", which is short, so he had to become revolutionary to be great. Because Curry's mom does need to interject herself to validate her existence because she stayed with a quality man who mentored Stephen to be an NBA MVP. Kevin Durant is the 1% of the 1% of men out there. He's super rich, famous, obviously over 6'2", maybe too skinny, but there are women who genuinely are attracted to tall, skinny men. And so you'd expect him to be married to an amazing, beautiful woman with amazing kids. But he's not. Despite Durant having all of these positives, the top shelf women are staying clear from him because sadly, he's not a man.
You're teaching him what you think it means to be a man or love a woman from a woman's perspective. And a lot of men struggle with that. You feel, again, that you've done your role and you raised me to be this way, but this is not what women are actually looking for. So they get out here and they try to date or marry, have kids, and they're struggling.
The son husbands only know how to simp because their single mom raised them that way, to respect all women. And sadly, they won't learn until a modern woman takes full advantage of them.
1, 2, 3, get money!
So, you ready?
Yes, I am.
What you gonna do?
I'm gonna kill a stage.
You gonna kill a stage?
My name is Amir. I'm 7 years old, and I know how to rap.
You want to speak to this?
Yes, I have no problem speaking. First of all, you're a very nice young man. You know that. No one likes hitting the X on a 7-year-old. You're very brave to get up there at 7 years old.
Oh.
No. Sorry.
So, mere money. You did good, man. That's a mean man.
The kid dresses like a thug who busted a nut in his single mom, and that's no accident. Single moms often dress and model their son after the man they always wanted. And worse, the son husbands are their single mom's lottery ticket. Like this kid. She puts all her hopes and dreams on her son's shoulders to provide for her what she can't get a man to do. This kid said if he received $1 million, he'd take care of his family. The kid knew from young. Majority of athletes or entertainers who are raised from a single mom eventually go broke because they spend their first big check lavishing up their mama with a new house and a new car, before they enjoy the spoils of their hard work.
There's no way you should be able to come to your mother's house with a part-time job and sit down comfortably. You should be ashamed to come to their house that way. Your pride should bother you. How much are you paying in rent?
Not.
Huh?
Not.
Say what?
I'm not.
You have a car?
Yes, sir.
Who bought that?
I pay half. My mother paid the other half of it.
Does your mother have a boyfriend?
Not to my knowledge. Well, technically, but not
so
really.
you're a son boy. So you're a son husband.
I remember you spoke about this in a few episodes.
I'm going to do all you son husbands a favor. Don't call my show. It's not going to go well for you.
If a single mom is financially stable, she will baby her sons up to his adult years to keep him in her radius. This also stunts the son as he becomes the stereotypical loser who lives in his mom's basement. If he is an average male, it could definitely keep him a virgin past his 20s. It's so sad because these son husbands are being emotionally abused by their moms and they can't even see it. The single mom will even fake an illness to keep her son from leaving the nest, wasting his life away so she's not alone. I know a dude like this, his mama take him to work and pick him up. Every day, faithfully, that's her son husband. A mom should be there for emergency help, like if the son gets in an accident or goes bankrupt, then she can help him back to his feet, but not provide him an easier life. This is cringe, especially when the mom shakes her ass. And this influencer has built a following by doing dances with his mom. One of the top comments, "Is she looking for a daughter-in-law?" And someone in the know responded, "I don't know, she might turn into your competition." Exactly. If he's not gay, his mom is not going to like anyone who comes between their relationship. Imagine at his wedding in the future, they pull this out for the mother and son dance. His looks are the only reason why women are giving him attention, and no matter how dysfunctional Chads and Tyrones are, modern women are drawn to them like flies on shit.
Well, I told him at first I told Carlos that I'm sorry, I don't know how you're gonna react to this. I'm your mom and you're my son, and I am falling in love with him. He said, "Are you really?" I said, "Yes, I am." He said, "You know what? I was scared to let you know too. I am too." He was too, falling in love with me, with his mom, and I was falling in love with my son. And then we ended up talking, and we took off to the park, and we ended up asked him, "Will you ever date your mom?" And he said, "Will you date your son?" I said, "Honest truth, yes, I would. Because 19 years, you're the best thing that ever happened to me, and I really want to be with you the rest of my life." And I really want to be with them. It's kind of hard right now, but I don't care what people say, because we're going through a lot right now. We try to keep it a secret, but we couldn't do it no more, because, you know, my other kids found out. At first, they didn't like it. Then they started liking it. They're accepting it. And my mom, my dad, my brothers, my family's accepting it now. This girl found out. She lives across the street from me, and there's a big old fight started, and she called me. She told my son Joseph something and let me know across the street, and she told me I better watch my back, because I'm being incest. I'm not being incest. And she was outside cussing me out, so I went and go get everybody out of my house, and she got her family. We got stabbed, beaten up, jumped. Ambulance showed up. It was me, Carlos, and the kid's uncle got stabbed because the incest, because she made a big deal out of all of this. So we went to the hospital, we got stitches, came back home, and on that side, her family didn't get arrested at all. So I don't know why nobody didn't get arrested at the time. So we came back home, took a shower. The cops took, first the cops at the hospital, the cops took pictures of where we got cut, sliced. And after that, we came home, took a shower and stuff. Then we sat back, and I broke down crying. I told Carlos, what we're gonna do is going to hit all over the world. I said, there ain't no way I can leave you. And he said, don't worry, I'm gonna still be with you, no matter through thick and thin. And that's what we're going through right now, through the thick. And I'm gonna still be with him. I have to. I am going to have to, because there ain't no, if I get out of prison, and if he don't get sentenced, if I get in prison, if I get out, I will move out of Clovis, and I will get a state that will accept us in it. I've been going through a lot on the streets and in public, and it's kind of hard because it's public record here in Clovis. They can find out where I live and stuff, and this is going through a lot, and I really can't go to the store. I can't go in public. I can't see my other kids. I can't see him. They call me I'm sick. I'm incest, and it hurts a lot. And you know what I mean? It messes with my mind a lot. The other moms don't understand. They're not going through what I'm going through. It'd be different if they were. I have, like I said, I didn't raise him for 19 years. It feels like a new person, and my love came back in my life. I've been waiting for all these years. It feels like he's my man, and he does, you know what I mean? Sometimes I call him Hinojito, as that means son in English. And he sometimes, once in a while, he calls me mom. You know what I mean? It don't get to him or get to me. Actually, I feel like more than his lover, because it got so deep. And It feels kind of, at first kind of felt weird, but now it don't feel weird at all to me because I love him so much.
This takes son husband to a whole new level, literally. If there wasn't a law against it, a lot of deadbeat single moms would try to take their relationship with their son to the next level. There's a reason why incest is illegal, because if you thought the West is de-evolving now, add inbreeding and society would outright collapse. The 36-year-old who didn't raise Peterson saw him for the first time in 18 years last Christmas when she picked him up at his adoptive father's house in Texas and brought him to her home after the pair got in touch over Facebook. It's not surprising that after 18 years of being single, her last desperate attempt to have a relationship was with her son. It felt like I met somebody new in my life and I fell in love with him, she explained. Maybe the son was just unlucky to be the only man who actually stuck around after the first night, so in her eyes, he was the one. At first, the couple lived happily together in Mars' mobile home with her two youngest children, Uriah and Joseph, keeping their relationship a secret from the world. Mars' youngest son even began calling Peterson Dad. A mobile home is not that big, and despite if the door to the bedroom is closed, the kids probably heard some moaning to say the least. This is going to screw up the innocent kids for a lifetime. The couple was charged with incest, a 4th-degree felony in New Mexico. Hopefully, the mother's punishment should be a court order to stop having kids, but it gets worse. Dayton Chavez, Mars' ex and father to two of her sons, Moses, 9, and Joseph, 12, says he supports Mars and Peterson's relationship. There are actually simps out here who will support these actions of a deadbeat single mom. Some of the comments on the article, when you think you've already heard it all. With society going the way it is, it'll probably get even worse. Ew. Seriously, please lock this woman up. This may be given some ridiculous scientific name, but let's all be honest, this is just wrong on so many levels. I'm trying to understand some of the basic human feelings here, but let's be honest, a sexual relationship with your offspring is wrong on many levels. Please give all concerned some serious therapy so that they may move on in a normal fashion and not ruin all their lives. Yet, the anti-family court gave this woman full custody of her kids after she gave up the first one for adoption. After passing through the ick factor, I feel intensely sorry for these two people. They're likely too poor to get the therapy they need. Plus, New Mexico is one of the poorest states in the US. And after this feeling passes, which it likely will, they will both likely experience isolation from their community, extreme guilt, and depression, which again, when left untreated, can be extremely dangerous. As always, I wish you tremendous success. Now it's your turn. What do you think? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Remember that if you leave the best comment, you'll get $5. Thank you so much for watching. If you found value in this video, hit the like and subscribe buttons, ring the notification bell so you don't miss out on future uploads, drop a comment, and share it. See you in the next video. Till next time.